Hello people, this is Zippy and welcome to my classroom. Today I'll be talking to you about teacher boundaries. Yes, so if you are a teacher, this is for you. If you're thinking of becoming a teacher, this is for you. If you know someone who's a teacher, this is for you, and then share it with them, okay? Yes, and I hope you're subscribed. Yeah, thank you for joining me today. Okay, first thing, as a teacher, you should not overshare. Okay, do not reveal too much personal information with your students and even their parents. And saying where you come from, your name, that does not count as personal information. But now going deeper and talking to them about personal stories that they don't really need to know, then just stop it. Okay, most of the times as teachers we can get carried away and share too much because we feel like we're inspiring the students. Then you end up saying things that are like, oh, Ati, what, you did drugs in school? No. Okay, don't give out too much. It will end up biting you. And not only that, even being this overly, you know knowing too much about each other might make the teacher-student relationship a bit weird. Okay, so you want to keep it professional. Second thing, physical contact, keep it to a minimum. And you can tell, especially if it's with the opposite gender, and it's good to what is it called, ask for consent if you want to maybe be a little close, and you're like, okay, can I come over and show you this? And just have that conversation first. Physical contact in this day and age cannot be inappropriate. And I know sometimes it's really hard not to have physical contact with students, because especially they come first day of the school of the term, they come running to you, they hug you and all of that. And it's also wrong to just tell them, hey, don't, you make that child feel a bit insecure about themselves, and they just start hating you or feeling some type of way. Okay, so there's that. But now when it becomes excess and it's just inappropriate, so avoid it at all costs. Okay, have that relationship, but also let them feel that you are like a parent to them, or like an elder sister and brother, but you have boundaries that they should not take advantage of. There are students, teenagers, who might know a little bit too much and might try and put you in trouble or take advantage of a young teacher, fresh graduate. So you have to keep a distance, not only to protect yourself, but the student as well. Okay. Number three, this one you would think is obvious. Imagine it's not for many people. Social media interactions. Yes, you are not. No, you cannot be DMing your student, asking them about whether they've done their homework, or DMing them telling them, oh, I like your photo. I mean, you'd think this is common sense, but it's not. And some institutions will tell you point blank, do not be friends with your students on social media. Okay, do not follow them. They should not follow you. And me personally, my rule with my students is that I know they catch feelings, but I just tell them, the moment you graduate from high school, the moment you just finished, now send me your request. Okay, I'll definitely follow you, and I'll allow you to follow me. Okay, because a social media spaces, you're posting things, you're posting that, let's say you visited a certain place, or you're with someone, and then now your students have something to talk about you. It's a bit yeah, it tends to go a bit borderline inappropriate. Okay, because some people have their own hobbies, things they do in their own personal time, that students should definitely never ever find out. Okay, yes, so keep those interactions there. If it's work, send it. There's Google Classroom, there are emails, there are all these online learning apps, but you should not be checking out your student on TikTok and telling them the no. Okay, let's maintain professionalism. Next, respectful language and comments. It's as simple as that. I said it also in my previous video. Let's be respectful, and it's two ways. Not just the student being respectful to the teacher, but even the teacher should be respectful towards the student, and not, just say things, call them names, say insults. Oh, your father is like this, your mom's like, your mom is like that, your no, you looking like, yeesh, yeah. And I know some people get away with it, but the way the world is going, yeah, you'll be posted, and it might end up ruining you completely. So watch out for that. Fifth point, confidentiality. There are so many times a student will come to a teacher and pour their hearts out and say the things they are going through, some very deep issues, or they just confide in you because they wanted to talk to an adult, and maybe they're not able to do it, talk to their parents or a relative, but they came to you. Respect that. Unless you feel that their lives could be in danger, that the authorities might need to be a part of this, then that's when you should divulge such information. If this child has suicidal thoughts, of course you need to talk to whoever is in charge of safeguarding and such areas. Be there for emotional support, but do not go around spreading the things they've told you to keep. I mean, they came to you alone. If they wanted everyone else to know, they would have gone announcing, but they didn't. Okay, so confidentiality, this is a boundary that you cannot breach. Treat all your students fairly. Okay, give them equal treatment. That goes without saying. That as a teacher, you cannot show favoritism. You cannot have favorites, and you cannot. And I hear teachers even saying it out loud, like so and so is my favorite, or this class is my favorite. No, because now you are making a certain group feel unworthy, feel undervalued, and this other group feel, yes, we are the ones. Every single person is a favorite to someone. Do not show it. Do not make it obvious. You might have a favorite for sure. Okay, they're just students who are self-reliant. They do things. They're obedient. Yeah, but then there are students who are the opposite of that. You should not make them feel that you don't like them. Okay, that the moment you have shown that you favor someone, you've already communicated that you don't like the rest, and you've said students will open up to a teacher, will be receptive to the lesson if they feel valued, and therefore you cannot show any form of discrimination. Seventh point, do not have personal relationships with students whatsoever in and out of school. It should be a no-no. And it's sad that there's so many instances where students are getting pregnant, by their teachers, or just some very awkward interactions where people are found in certain situations, and you wonder, how are you the adult, how are you the teacher, how are you the point of authority, and yet you are taking advantage of a minor? And it does not matter that the minor might have been the one who pushed for this. The thing is, you are the adult. Okay, I've said this so many times. You know what is best for this particular child. It is illegal, so avoid. And even the ones that may not be inappropriate outside of class, they just cause so many, they bring conflict of interest. So avoid these things as much as possible. Do not have certain relationships that might compromise your job, and even your own ethics. Eighth point, boundaries with colleagues. Yeah, so it's not just teacher and student or parent, but even with your colleagues. Avoid sharing some information that might be harmful to you or to someone else, okay? Do not overshare. Say things that end up stabbing you end up stabbing yourself, okay? Or sharing information about a colleague that might be very harmful, might cost them their job, or might not get to that point, but even break the trust that you have in your organization. So you don't have collaboration, you don't have cohesion, nobody trusts you, no one wants to work with you or with that person because you said something harmful about them. Let's 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 avoid such things. Let's have boundaries. Let's keep it professional, because teaching is a profession that needs to be taken seriously, okay? So we're there to grow the school, to grow the students, but not to cause harm. The next thing, outside school activities, on many occasions, teachers will escort students onto a trip, okay? You'll be chaperoning them, you're there, but you are still a teacher. Whether it doesn't matter that you're not in school, you're not within the school compound, you are still conducting a school activity, okay, which are outside. You still need to maintain the same level of professionalism. You are taking kids to Diani, Malindi, or anywhere tropical, there's a beach. But yes, in as much as you should be in, let's say, a swimsuit, a swimwear, what am I saying? Taking your students to a beach or just somewhere you're going swimming, and whatever swimwear you're wearing is just too revealing. Yes, it's appropriate for that setting, but remember, you have students with you, and especially if they're of the opposite sex, you do not want to send the wrong message. You do not want to just make them think of other things that they shouldn't be thinking about. So keep it professional, engage them, be there swimming with them, but be appropriate, okay? Maintain the same level of professionalism that you had. The way you talk to your students, let it not be, now that you're outside school, I can talk to you, anyhow. I can give you a piece of my mind and just tell you, no, you are still a teacher. At the end of it all, you will still go back with them to the school setting. And let it not be that now you've gone back to school, you didn't care, you forgot that, well, you're on a trip, you forgot that you're with students, so you're there consuming alcohol or whatever other kinds of substance that is not appropriate. It's some of these things that people don't really take very seriously, but they end up changing the relationship that you have with your students. It needs to be, this outside activity needs to be fun. It needs to be a bonding experience. It needs to be a point where now students see the fun side of you, the relaxed side of you, but don't show them this unprofessional side of you, because you're still an ambassador, okay? You're still a teacher. You are upholding that school's name, but let it not be that even the people you are with there are going to be left wondering, okay, is that how teachers in that school behave? So remember to keep that professional image at all times, okay, in and out of school. And now to my final point. If you've been here till the end, big up yourself, okay? Maintain professional distance, okay? Avoid this emotional entanglement. And I know it's difficult. As teachers, we tend to be very immersed into our students' livelihoods, which is great that we show care and we are with them even after they're done with their studies, okay? However, there is some level of distance that you need to maintain, where you're not asking questions that are too personal, okay? That will make a child feel uncomfortable, or cases where now you've become buddy with your parents, you're even going to their houses, you will make that child feel some type of way. So let's maintain professionalism. Let's have boundaries that are very, very clear. And when you feel, that many teachers were not able to communicate, but if you feel like, no, this doesn't feel right, communicate that boundary and say, okay, just say, no, I don't do these things this way. There's a reason why, I'm your teacher. But yeah, when you finish school and you want us to have lunch together, I don't mind. I'd like to see how you're doing in life. Those, such things are fine. Okay, if you want to friend request me online, sure, go ahead. After, you're done with school, that's fine. Once they've become adults, but as long as they're minors, even if they're not minors, let's say they're students at the university, you still need boundaries so that your professionalism does not come into question, so that those lines are not blurry. Okay, they need to be very clear, communicated, very direct. Okay, and everyone will respect you for that. The moment you have boundaries, no one is going to put you down because you have boundaries. You're just doing things the right way. Okay, so as a teacher, you need to protect yourself, take good care of your job, your professionalism, and advise especially the younger teachers coming up so that they don't find themselves in a tight spot. Okay, now this has been a little bit deep, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching, sticking here till the end. You're amazing. Okay, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be so happy. And yeah, I hope this has been a